Good evening, it's time for a punishment game. One of the punishment games that I really hoped would never get rolled. This is Patrician 4, Rise of a Dynasty. It's a game that I well and truly have a love-hate relationship with. In fact, I've streamed this once or twice before, but this is a punishment game, so I guess we'll take it a bit further than we did last time. I just left this one up to the chat. We are Jake von Riga. Born and raised in Rostock, and there are 26 cities producing random goods, so there'll be no historic accuracy here. Let's get right into it. And yeah, this is free play. We don't need any tutorial around here. I will be your tutorial for today. Except it's going to be a bit hard with random goods. Okay, Rostock. For some reason I thought Rostock was up here, but I must be confusing it with... yes, Revel. Go figure. Okay, so... jeez. Where do I even start with this? I suppose I could start the timer. I know you can't see it, but I can. I don't want to be here forever. Jeez. Yeah, I'm really struggling to think where to start with this. So, Patrician 4 is a game where you command a whole bunch of ships, and you trade goods from one city to another. Each city produces different things, and you want to buy cheap, sell expensive. You want to make loads of money so that you can build more ships and eventually build up industry and even houses for people that work there. Eventually you will go on convoys to the Mediterranean to pick up more exotic goods like spices and wine and cloth by the truckload. And you can even set up caravan routes and all that jazz, but that will come far later on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves and let's go back to Rostock, where we have a flag over our counting house for some reason. What could it possibly mean? I don't know, and I probably don't care. I'm gonna have to refamiliarize myself with a lot of things from this game. Jake, you should play all naval battles for maximum punishment. And let's leave it at that. They're even offering us an assignment. Piece of a treasure map. Always take pieces of a treasure map. It is always worth it, without exception. How's the audio, by the way? I think it might be a bit pants. Let's jack it up a bit, because the game doesn't have that much audio anyway. So we have ourselves the Sea Moe. I have no idea what that is, so let's just call it the Rance. We start the game with one cog, and no sailors, and very little money. In fact, we started with 30,000 ducats, and a mere grocer is what we are. So let's familiarize ourselves with Rostock. Yes, familiarize. So Rostock is a prime producer of wine, grain, hemp, wool and metal goods. 4 of these are pretty nice in that they don't require anything else to be made, so you can just make farms to produce wine, hemp, grain and graze with sheep for wool. Metal goods on the other hand will require raw metal and wood, so we know that in this town we're going to need to bring in lots of that. It's worth having a look at the area around us for where we're going to need to buy up and take goods. Lübeck, it's good to know, actually produces wood and metal, so whatever trade route was set up wants to go from Lübeck to Rostock. There are a lot of cities that are really close to each other here, so Setten, Malmo, Gothenburg, Aalborg, I'm going to be butchering names, so just deal with it. Flensburg and Lübeck, so... lovingly, Setten has a demand for metal goods right now. And well, metal goods is what we have here in Rostock. I want to have a quick look at my fleet here. So it's just one cog with 500 capacity, and our current captain is garbage. Navigation and trade is what I want, and he's 0 and 1 respectively, so that's not so good. Jake, how many cities can you starve to death at once? I once did a master race run-through of this game where I starved and constantly blockaded every city I didn't like. So I think we had 11 oases of 60,000 apiece, and I think London starved to death. I even gave them plague every now and then. But that is neither here nor there. So in Rostock we select our boats, we go anywhere, we go to the crane, we go to one of the many ways to choose goods, and we check out what they have. Generally it's good if somewhere has 2 or more diamonds worth of items, and that's almost always going to be items that they produce. So we want to buy up hemp, since we can get that kind of cheap. Same with the wool. and a little bit of metal goods, but they get expensive rather quickly. Wine, on the other hand, oh, that is one of the best things. I would love to get as much as I possibly can. There we go. So now we're almost broke, but we have grabbed, I hope you can see this behind the chat screen, but we've got mostly lots of wine, but wine is great because it's so expensive. So let us make sail to Seton and enter glorious Seton. The graphics of this game I really like. They look damn good. At least they look damn good on maximum, but turn it down to minimum, they start looking like arse. So we went over Seton before, but it produces cheese. I don't think we did actually. It produces cheese, brick, hemp and wool. Hemp and wool we can already get in our hometown, so they are not really going to be interested in the hemp that we have brought them. However, they are going to be muckle interested in our metallic goods. Now, we bought these metallic goods for an average of 215 each, and we're going to be selling them for 325 each. The more you sell, the less each incremental one becomes worth, but that's okay, we are making firm profit on these. Okay, a few grand is not worth much at this point. And if you are already falling asleep because this is the most boring game you could possibly imagine, then please remove yourself from both my stream and the gene pool, because this is what the game is all about. You will be trading, you will be making buckets of ducats, and that is precisely what helps me sleep at night. God, I love economical games. Jake, can you remove the chat window for this stream? You know, I can actually kind of get behind that, so you guys are all now... Wait, where did I even put it? You guys are all now silenced. I'll just have to go by reading you here. Jake, I failed to see what is punishment about this, since you're just making ducats, says Drax Copy. Now, I said I have a love-hate relationship with this game, but that'll become quite apparent in due time. Now, as I was saying, this place produces cheese, and there are some items in this game that I think are the most important. Those are cheese, wheat, brick, and wood. Brick and wood are used to build everything in the game, and grain and cheese are the two food types that don't require any extra materials to make. And every city needs at least two types of food, or else they will go into starvation mode after a while. Dependent on a lot of other factors, of course, but it can be completely prevented through bringing them two types of food. So unfortunately we don't really have much money, and we will continue to have not much money until we start selling our goods. So let's get rid of our wine until these guys are drunkards. Making good money on that. Now I want to buy up loads of cheese with that, because cheese sells for good money. And you notice that as soon as we start buying up too much of it, it starts going from 120 to 130, and then it just goes up and up. I think 200 is the max price of these things, so I want to be careful what we buy. Gonna make our way over to Malmo and check this place out. So it produces meat, brick, hemp, iron, and mead. Mead is a gloriously expensive thing, but it requires honey, so pretty rare to see. And this place is almost completely out of wool, so we sell off the wool. They're doing alright on the hemp, so we can buy up a bit more whilst we're here. And, oh, that mead. I want so much mead. But first off, we'll sell off quite a chunk of our wine so that we can afford that mead, because that's going to sell for the boondollar pretty much everywhere else. Same with meat, and unfortunately they don't have too much to spare. Gothenburg, are you worth visiting? Yes and no. I think everywhere is worth visiting to get rid of the wine that we have. What have we here? There's something in the water. You saved some castaways from Flensburg. Well, hey, I'm a generous guy. We can take them back there. Historical event, you say? The church announced a jubilee this year and asked every man to repent for his sins. That means they want money. See, this is why we go reformed. So that was kind of them. They gave us 1,000 ducats for our troubles, and whilst we're here, we may as well get the population drunk. So here, buy up some of our wine, and we'll sell off the other goods as long as we can make great money on it. And look at that mead. Everybody's loving the mead. Let's grab the stockfish while we're here. Another fantastic trade good, but troublesome because it requires salt and hemp to make. Things that require other things to make are often very troublesome. Anyway, Flensburg was not where we were trying to go. We wanted to hit up Gothenburg. And to be honest, I want to go there myself, since I hear there's a nice theme park. Better than Gröna Lund that we have here. So sell off the metal goods, sell off all the mead, because it's making us so much money. Someone's saying, is it just me or is the game volume a bit high? Okay. I admit I did crank it up a bit, but it can be so hard to tell. So very hard. So very hard. Because what I hear on my headphones is not the same as what you guys are hearing. In any case, we're here. Let's ditch the wood. Sell off all that stockfish because it's selling for great money. Same with the cheese. And oh, we're making so much money here. And glorious. These people produce meat, and meat is amazing. You only need salt to create it. They're also producing honey. Honey is a key ingredient for the mead. Now we can also have a quick look in Gothenburg. Don't want to accidentally deselect our Rance fleet here. So a quick rundown in the cities. All the places where people live must be within the city walls. So all the houses go here, the basic buildings, church, city hall, market hall, architect, they all start off here. As do any extra buildings like wells and universities, but those are much later into the game. City gates, we don't have the good enough rank to really check those out. Okay, even I can see that that is pretty loud. Do ping me in the chat if there's something up with audio at all. In fact, you know, there are other ways that I can reduce that. When you're outside of the city, that's where you get things like your hemp farms and your stock farms. So this stock farm here, it hires 300 people, and there are 12 of them in total. And it belongs to Melvin Eriksson, so he lives here. We could try bidding for it, but no, we do not have the privilege to do so. Another thing to check out about each city is we have a, what's it called again, reputation. And you can increase that by selling goods that they really want in the city. You can also pay the church for a reputation, but that's not how we do it. Jake, do you plan to make production buildings this run? I'm going to give this run a fair slash, so it'll probably take more than just today. We also have the population here, and I don't know, if you have questions, do ping me in the chat about it. Because I know quite a lot about this game. Wouldn't say I am the best, though. Let's take Rance over to Aalborg. I'm not actually playing all that spectacularly right now, I just want to show off a bunch of the things. Again, look at how good that meat is selling for. So we bought each piece of meat on average for 345, and we can sell them for loads of money united. And because it's a rare commodity, Aalborg's reputation, or our reputation in Aalborg has increased. Same if we drop off some wine, because people do like to get drunk. The only thing they don't have much of anything to sell us. It's probably worth taking into account what Aalborg actually produces, and that is stockfish, wood, metal, more mead, huh? Mead might not be as rare as I thought. Make our way back down to Flensburg. You got anything for me? We don't actually have to go into the city to do any meaningful trading. Give them maybe a bit of wine, that's all they need. And back over to... back over, we haven't been to Lubeck yet. They may produce wood and brick, but they don't have much of it. Same with the iron. I was really hoping there would be a lot more of it. But they want stockfish, they want the meat. Oh boy, do they want the meat. Sadly though, it looks like they are also a producer of wine. We'll buy it up on the cheap, but I have a feeling that the wine market is going to be rather chock-a-block. Get ourselves back to Rostock, where we can sell off most of the everything we got. Unfortunately, wine is so heavily produced around here that that's not going to do us much favours. But alright, we can live with that. But doing all this manually is going to get on our teats very quickly, and that is where trade routes come in. So we're going to set ourselves up a little trade route right here. May as well go up to Oslo, because they do not produce wine, and it's just another place to get rid of it. And what we say is, in Rostock, we want you to automatically trade everything. And I wish for that to be the case in all of these places. We can set up more complicated trade routes later on. I'm good at my complicated trade routes. So basically, our captain will take our entire fleet, which is sadly just one boat, and he will buy up whatever is cheap, and he will sell whatever he can get a good price for. And that's how we're going to do it. We activate his trade route. Oh, and a nice thing is every time he does, every time he trades, time he makes a good amount of distance, and every time he has to repair. Our captain here, Erhard Sturtbeck, whatever. Jerry, let's call him. He will gain experience, and that will be very important later on. So, he has his instructions, away he goes. I can actually follow his progress here and see what he's buying and selling. So, sold off some of his goods and got me a rank up. I don't think Uncle Lubeck, the advisor, will be telling us anything. Advisor hints are on, but unfortunately that's... it's kind of cool when Uncle Lubeck tells you stuff. So he buys up goods, including spices. That is lovely. Spices sell for the largest amount of money, and that is why this bar is going up, and this amount of money is also going up.
I bid you a most hearty welcome to my beautiful city. As long as you behave and keep your nose out of my business, I'm sure we will get along splendidly. These
walking, talking stereotypes will say various things to you throughout the game depending on how they feel about you. At the start they're always so warm and friendly. They will eventually get very hostile. So let's go and talk to the city council. They got anything for us? Absolutely not. So we should check out the guild. Now we need to get privileges in each city. For example, getting production on the go is the way to make money. Sadly though, we need to acquire the rank of wholesaler, and to become a wholesaler we need an extra ship. Actually, we're going to want a lot of ships. Sadly, this place is already constructing a ship, but they do have something for sale straight away, and I can buy it for 64,000. You might think that's a waste of money, but that's an alright crare, and I want that. People may believe that it's better to get your ships built, and it usually is, however... no dockyard here. Getting a ship instantly, though it costs you extra, means that you will be trading straight away. Now I really need that money, so I hope we get trading fast. It's worth taking into account which places have dockyards, and I hope nobody buys that ship that I want. A lot of these places are very bare on the ships. I look forward to Captain Kraut and Captain Hunjik. Sadly, I cannot name these guys. Okay, they would sell me a crare here and now, but it's already been upgraded, which is not what I'm interested in. I could set an order for something. I would actually like to assign the construction of a crare, because it means I'll be first in line for it. But I'll need that extra money for this crare. And there we go. Thank you kindly. So we got ourselves a crare. We're going to build a new convoy for it. Give me a name, please, while I have a quick drink. I need a name for this convoy. Maybe it breaks flow a bit to stop and ask for names of things, but you know what? I don't care. We can hear some background sound. Yeah, there's just a bit of hoovering going on. I'm afraid you'll just have to deal with that. Will that even fit? Incredible. Well, welcome to the Von Riga Master Race Fleet. Now, because our other fleet... Oh, right, it's worth checking out the captain that you get. You can kind of scum it if you keep making loads of fleets. You can actually get some fairly good admirals straight off. It won't cost you any dip points or anything. But this is what we got, and here lies the question. Do we want to trade over in the west or over in the east? Well, regardless of your feelings, one of the songs we were playing during the development multiplayer was Go West by the Pet Shop Boys. So we will be going west no matter what you think. Pardon me. So we need to have a quick look at what they produce. Yeah, again, more wine. There's a gluttage of wine. Wine, wheat, wool, salt, and metal goods. So this place really needs metal and wood. Fortunately, wood is produced here, as is mead and honey. So this place is fairly self-reliant. Metal goods here as well. Where's the raw metal? If we don't get any raw metal, we are in a bit of a tiz. Like, seriously, somewhere around here must produce metal. Scarborough. We may want to set up shop in Scarborough or Edinburgh at some point, because they are producing all of the everything. So, that means... ah, hell, let's just take a little bit of a journey over there. Now, the thing about being a... this is a Crayer, right? We'll take increased attrition here in these somewhat open seas, but that's alright. Rippin'. Oh, you produce metal. Not only that, you produce loads of other things. I can kind of trust this captain, so what we're going to do is we're just going to set up a new trade route, which will go this way. Cologne might not really be worth hitting up, but they do produce pelts. Actually, pretty much everywhere around here produces pelts, which is just daft, but that's what happens when you put it on random. Well, we're in the area, we may as well go for it. So this will be the route. It's a bit of a long one, but at least we set up all the areas. And same as ever, oops, starting from the start, I want you to automatically trade everything. Automatic trade is a bit of a cop-out, because you can't really make plans around automatic trade. But early on, you don't really have many options. You haven't set up counting houses in places so that you can control what goes in and out. So, we just tell you to do that, and get to it. So straight away he bought up loads of stockfish. It's only 300 capacity here, but that's fine. Edinburgh is full of Scots, Jake. You better set up in Scarborough. You make a healthy point there. So our money will plummet on a new trade route like this, because he has to buy things up initially, but you will see that we very quickly make that money back. He bought up, for example, 120 something stockfish in Rippen. He has already sold it off, and he probably made 50% profit on all of those, and stockfish are expensive. Brick and wood and wheat, they're all dirt cheap, but doing them in bulk is really what gets you. So congratulations to us, we have now become a wholesaler. Let us check out what we can do. We're going to hit up our man at the guild and say we want the privilege of producing goods here. One question is, do I actually? I really don't. I do not produce the goods that I want here, but I'm not sure if I have the ability to set up home in another area. Wherever I want to set up home has to be somewhere that produces brick and wood. Scarborough is a front runner for that, because it also produces raw metal, which is great for metal goods requirement. It makes pitch. I forget what pitch needs, if anything. So Scarborough is a contender. Riga is another great contender, because it produces beer. And salt, which requires wood, which it already produces. So it's going to be a toss-up between Scarborough, Riga. Stockholm is also amazing there. And Novgorod's no good. Alright, so Riga, Stockholm, or Scarborough. Let's not do Edinburgh. Forget that place. Make it count. Lake Daimonosing. I'm in Riga right now. What are the odds? Alright, so it seems that Riga is the clear choice. But before we even start checking that out, we're going to have to... we're going to have to get more ships and see if we can set ourselves up there. I mean, for example, do I have the right to build counting houses elsewhere yet? Ah, I do. I need reputation somewhere, but I do have that ability. Whoops, that's a mistake. Get back to your trade route, please. I feel really short on ships at the moment, so I need more boats. I desperately need more boats. That is exactly how you make money in this game. It is all about having more boats. I think Aalborg had a port. Lübeck did, Rostock does.
Helping me develop my...
Yeah, we heard it all before. People are happy because I'm bringing in goods to their city, which means they're developing it. And they, as the mayors or what have you, They stand to benefit the most from it. Now I can check the order list. You're already making a Jake von Riga Krayer. To be honest, I want another Krayer. Yeah, sure, it'll take time, but I may as well queue them up, because enemy people... Jeez. Words clearly failing me. Will also put ships in the construction queue. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I wonder if there's an easy way to check where docks are without having to rely on my boats going to all these places. Yeah, here we go. Nothing to buy, but I would like Krayers, please. Normally I prefer to go for cogs, but Krayers are faster to get on the go. And I don't really need that huge capacity. Also, Krayers and Snickers are required to go to places like Thorn, Novgorod, really Thorn? And Cologne, since they're downriver. Cogs are too big to make it down there. As we all know from Europa, right? Yeah, sadly, these places don't have anything to buy. But, yeah. Oh, also, I don't have the money to do that. So, we just sit back and wait for the money and ships to roll in. Are you not Jake von Riga, Jake? You make a good point. Jake, if you can't conquer a place like Riga, buy it up. And that's precisely what I like about this game. It's all about the money. If you want to do something, you're going to need the money to do it. Alright, excellent. So, in Lübeck, our ship is already ready. We need another name for this one. We can name it in a bit, but I want to check out. Okay, another really crap Admiral, Jacob Benecke. We also pay costs towards our fleets, which kind of blows. But again, we need a new sea route set up so we can take care of most of the east here. I really don't care about Novgorod. It doesn't do anything that we can't get elsewhere. I mean, sure, it produces beer and wheat, but so does Revel. So why even bother? Need to think if there's a particular order that I can do this, because, for example, we got honey produced here. Honey useful for that mead, but you also produce honey there, so I'm also going to need wood for that salt production. Riga does wood. Alright. And that's that. Now, by doing this, this will increase our reputation in all of these cities, provided we're selling to all of them. And that should swiftly give us the reputation we need to get Riga on the go. I really like the name, the Flying Shekel that I see there. So onwards, Flying Shekel. Make me tons of money. Starting out in Riga. Also, I want to scope out Riga, so you can only look in a city if you either have a counting house or a convoy there. So for Riga, we need to wait till we arrive. Lo and behold, it even has a whatchamacallit, a dock. You know what? Let's make a cog. Why the heck not? Costs loads of money, but yeah, why not? And I would like to back it up with another Krayer. Sure, that's going to cost me a ton of money in the short run, but hey, you got to spend money to make money. There's also something going on in the tavern. Now, this is a trap. Dear Jake von Riga, I am Vladimir Kalin. You've probably already heard about me in Riga. Would you be able to help me out? An unlucky set of misfortunes almost totally ruined me. With enough money, say 16,000 ducats, my business would be thriving again. Could you lend me that money? I will pay you back with interest on this date. Okay, for one, that is an awful return of money. Two, they will almost certainly not succeed in being able to repay you, at which point you are given an option. In fact, you know what? Why don't we just take it so I can show you how rubbish it is, but I need a bit of money first. There we go, so let's accept his little thing. That was a waste of 16,000 ducats, but in a few months we'll be able to see just how much. I mean, it's June right now, so it'll be in like 2 months and a bit we'll see him. Alright, so we have no reputation in Riga, but that's because we haven't sold anything here. Also, the cog that we demanded cannot be built until there's more pitch and more cloth in this city, and since we're not really bringing any of that in, we'll have to rely on luck for that to happen. Magical Magikarp saying, is Jake playing EU4 anytime soon? Why would I do something like that? I will, but not right now. More Chronicle entries, and some of these can be interesting. London is in the midst of a long-lasting drought. That's just random chance, so wool, meat and honey is not being produced so well. There's a Alderman Herman Gutenbach has reported a shortage of an increase in price for beer. So basically, we want more people to produce beer. Now I can get behind that. Speaking of beer, we're bringing 71 units of it to Riga. So let me take direct command over this and say we are selling all that beer, at least until the point where it's still profitable. Hold on, that wasn't beer. What did I just sell? Honey? Oh well. I love honey. Sadly, beer is plentiful here in Riga because we produce it, but let's sell off all those clothes, sell off the cheese. Most interesting. Alright. I am kind of tempted to take direct control over you, though, because you have plenty of... yes, you have plenty of wine. Alright, onwards to Riga. This is a bit of a detour. What I've done is I've taken this guy Rance, off of his automatic trade route, just to bring him over to Riga, so that I can sell them loads of cloth. In fact, let's actually look inside Riga so we can see what's happening here. Wine is a very special good. Maybe special is not the word, but it's fairly rare and very expensive, so we sell it to give them lots of it here, and our reputation goes from 11 to not 11. Shame. Real shame. It's because wine is so widespread in the region. Alright, let's just buy up the beer that we have here. Maybe they want some wool? Lots of wool? It helped out to a degree, but not to a good enough degree. Okay, if anything, that was a waste of time and therefore money, so get back to your own route. I need this value to be up at 25%. I could go to the minister and donate money, but do I look like the kind of guy that's going to donate money? I am not. Host ban for the Londoners, indeed. In fact, we can... well, I could look in London as soon as Von Riga Master Race Fleet gets there. Also, Jubilations, our Rostock Crayer is ready, and that's kind of special because I want to take the Rance thing. Now I set up Rance with this trade route, which I honestly think is wasted on Rance, so I'm going to save it as central, and I'm actually going to take you off the central one, so I have you as a free one. I'm going to build in... okay, I need another convoy name for this one. So make with those convoy names. And I'm just going to load central for this one instead. And now you will do the central route for me. Whereas Rance, the fun-loving cog, I actually want you to do this route because it's more open seas, which means we take you off that route, save the current route you have there as go west, where the skies are blue, and then we can return you to glorious Rostock, which means Rance, you instead to take over the go west, because this is more open seas. Load go west and do it. Just do it. So that all works out nicely. The Von Riga Master Race will get back to Rostock, and we'll figure out what to do with you. You'll be something of a wild card. Meantime, the money is flowing in.
You are helping me develop my city. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, sure. Not for much longer, I assure you, Malmo man. So, how are we looking in Riga? Our reputation is just a bit too low, so what can we do to solve that little issue? I want to look at the goods that they have and what they need. So they really want some basic grain. What else are they low on? Honey, iron, mead, stockfish. It's really the exotic things I'm looking at. So clothes they're going to want. I'll sell them on their clothes. I need them to like me. Sell them as much meat as they want to. If I can find any spices for them, that'll be great. Spices, pitch, cheese. So we're going to take our little guy here. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. You get back to your regular route. It's you there, the Von Riga Master Race. Don't pay any attention to that music there, it's not important.
I see you are helping me develop my city.
That's enough out of you. So I really want to pick up goods that are going to be exotic for Riga so that they like me more. Fortunately, a fresh shipment of spices just landed here in Seton. We are going to be buying up almost all of it. Just like that. Okay, so people in Seton probably won't like us for that because, well, we just bought up pretty much all of a good, so that's going to leave them with very little. We also have pelts here, that is lovely. And there's cheese here. Oh boy, cheese. Gimme. They've only got 1 unit of spice, not really worth my time, but I will be buying up that cheese because you have plenty of it. I'd like to buy up more. Unfortunately, we have hit our cap on the amount we can hold on the Von Riga Master Race.
I see you are helping me develop my city. Keep up the good work.
Dear Lord. They'll all say this to me.
I see you are...
Go away. So, welcome back to Riga. They still kind of like us, but they need a bit of pitch for that boat I ordered. I sadly don't have any pitch, but I got plenty of pelts. So I'm going to sell them all these really fancy goods, especially... Oh yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Some really spicy profits, but spices are ludicrously rare, so that really upped my their opinion of me around here. Might as well give them a bit of food as well, since they're starving. I cannot afford to have this province starve, since it's going to be production for me. So yeah, I'm kind of sad that it doesn't produce any food. I'll need to make sure we have frequent imports of food here. But that is what Von Riga Master Race is, and how very fitting that you would end up being our wild card. Anything you have here? Yeah, you require pitch. I will actually accept that because I need to go and get you some pitch anywhere. Anyway, the tavern here says piece of a treasure map. Like I said, always take a piece of a treasure map. You can check it here in your assignments. Eventually you'll reveal a bit of the map with a cross. If you go to it, you will get buckets of ducats. Okay, but we have got the necessary popularity around here. We didn't even have to donate for it. So we say, yes please, I would like to be a member. The Honourable Wholesaler Jake Von Riga is warmly welcomed in the Guild of Riga. You may now build a counting house in Riga and acquire additional privileges. Sadly, if I want the production privilege, I'm going to need 40% lovability here in Riga. But that we shall get. We speak to the architect and we say, build me a counting house.
Don't even think of building any more buildings here. I was doing very well here without you, I'll have you know.
Okay, so we're being threatened already not to build more buildings, but that's not how it works around here. I will be building as many buildings as I want. This is going to be our center of operations. It's very poorly placed for center of operations. That's why Lübeck is really the ultimate place to have. Danzig is also fairly well situated. Riga is just, you know, within short range. You have Revel, Gotland, and Stockholm. That's about it. Your boats have to journey rather far to do much trading, but we've decided that Riga is the place we want to set up shop. Sadly, they are missing goods for all these things we want to build, but what you gonna do? They already produce clay and wood, so they will get those buildings on the go soon enough. Still, we took it upon ourselves that we will provide this region with... Oh wow, we actually have plenty of brick, so groovy. Just throw all the everything we have around here, keep this place well fed. It's one of the most important things. But we really need pitch for here, 60 in fact, so we need to find somewhere that produces a ton of pitch. And this is one of the downsides of choosing random setup. I don't know what is produced where. I know them all like the back of my arse if I play it historically. Yes, I played a lot of this game. Yes, I still hate it. So we're going to need to go over to Scotland, Scarborough, just Britain in general. At least goods have regions, so I can kind of remember that this is Pelt region, this is Pitch region, rare ones. So, Von Riga Master Race, taking a trip to the Isles. Jake, go for the city. City is achievement. Yeah, that's what Riga is going to be. I like to think in this game that 1,000 population is one development. And, oh, glorious, Lubeck has a ship ready for us. Sadly, we don't have a ship currently in Lubeck. We'll get one shortly. As I said, we're not really here to do any fancy trading. I mean, it's kind of nice to, especially getting rid of this wine that we don't have much use for. But, oh, cheese as well. But we are here to buy up their pitch. Where is it? Why do you have so little of it? Okay, waste of time. Get over to Scarborough. Pitch, please. Pitch needed. Not enough pitch, my lord. Okay, that would really bomb our reputation around here. If we were to buy it all up, it would also be very expensive, so kind of avoiding doing that here. London, last chance. Alright, London has a fair chunk of it, so there we go. There's all the pitch we required. Let's head on back to Riga. Actually, I should have taken a moment. You got anything else good? Yes, lots of food, and Riga is starving. Gonna buy it all up, because that's how we roll around here. Oh, Bruges might also have a ton of food. Yes, please. Riga is hungry. Alright, Settin as well. Where was Settin again? Here we go. As soon as we get boats in these areas, we'll be able to pick up our new boats. Heck, why don't I just pick them up now? I'll add them to my current thingamajigger. There we go. Bring the harbour boat over here. Was there another one in Rostock? No, it was Settin, right? Also, I need. I'm gonna need more names for more fleets, so give them to me. Because there we go. Now we got 2 spare boats. In a sense, 3 spare boats. Jake, you can produce in Riga now. Precise. 53% happiness, and this is what you get from having all your boats doing the automatic trading for you. Increased production in Riga, one of the best missions in the game. Bring metal goods to Settin. Not really worth my time, but we'll probably accept it anyway. Yeah, we'll do both. Build 2 beer producing. That's not ideal. Okay, whatever, we'll do it anyway. Okay, so here we are, and we have all these warehouses. I'm going to hire some security guards to keep security to maximum, because my enemy will sometimes try to set fire to me. And by extension, my goods. Also, always hire administrators. Oh god, this is where the game starts. Okay, never mind. Feed the people of Riga. It's imperative that they do not starve. Give them the pelts to keep them warm, and all that pitch they've been asking for. So we managed to complete our mission, and what was our reward? That isn't much money in the grand scheme of things anymore. Snicker, I am not really interested in a Snicker that's that bad. But it would probably pay for itself kinda quickly, so I may as well just buy it. Otherwise, you always want more boats going, and I'm a big fan of Crayers, so a few more Crayers on the go couldn't hurt. What have we here? Confederation of Livonia needs pelts. No. Awful mission. Truly awful. Stitch some of these bad boys.
Ship in port, which is not part of a convoy.
Ah, it's Uncle Lubeck.
To send this ship out, you must either add it to a convoy or use it to form a new convoy.
Okay, we're gonna make some new convoys with these names. Alright, so we got a Crayer. Loving that name. Virtual Bark. We also have the Snicker, which we will call... because it's Snicker, which is close to Snickers, which is what was advertised in that game. And what was the other one? There you go, you can be the sinking greyskins. Have a quick check of their admirals. 2 combat. Unfortunately, combat is worthless in this game. 1 navigation. Oh god, I am not getting the good admirals here. But you gotta roll with the punches and all that. So we can finally produce goods in Riga. We have the counting house all set up. Warehouses for all the space that we'll need. And how is Riga? It's an upswing, which is good. Means we'll get more, well, it doesn't actually have any effect in it, but it means that we're getting beggars in the city each day. That's okay, so there's important numbers to pay attention to here. Each house can hold 100 people, but people don't like being that jammed in until you get to severe late game. At 60%, the AI will build another house. You want to stay ahead of the AI in building houses, because houses, they're real slow burners, but you still want to be in charge of the housing in this game. Oh, I still need that privilege, don't I? I'll be having that privilege. 20k is not much. You must first acquire privilege, but I need merchant to produce beer. Okay, I need that, and I need it quickly. Now, I'm a huge believer in building the sawmills and the clay pits. But there's a bit of a trick to building in this game. And it's a very unpleasant trick to learn. Very unpleasant trick to learn. Okay, well, whatever.
You no longer need to try to produce goods here, as I am better at it anyways.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, my friend. Alright, we'll start off nice and simple. 4 sawmills. 4 of these other thingamajiggers.
I see you enjoy baiting me. I told you to stop trying to expand your holdings in my city. Which part did you not understand?
I'll make it 5. It's kind of a rounder number in this game. But as you can see, we do not have the building materials to build everything. Now I'm going to be funneling anything and everything into Riga. And we'll be using Von Riga Master Race for that. Let's grab Virtual Bark. Give him a little trade route. To be honest, I don't really care that much about it. So let's just give him something that doesn't mean much. We can always have him do more important tasks later on. Wish there was a faster way to make it do this. And this is part 1 of 100 why I hate this game. The interface is very clunky. I can see, occasionally you click on somewhere and it does that. And it probably screwed up my order here. No, rescued it. I mean, they obviously tried to make things kind of easy to use, but there are so many clunky parts to it. Alright, get to it. Virtual Bark. What else do we have? Scottish World Champions 1998. Poor Novgorod here is a little underfed. They also produce wheat, and Riga needs wheat. So we're going to have you a nice little, very simple thingamajigger, where you go to Novgorod and Revel, and you bring their wheat to Riga. In exchange you bring Riga's goods to Revel and Novgorod. Very simple, but this guy has very limited capacity, so I can't imagine he'll do much. He will, however, pay for himself, which is rather nice. So Scottish World Champions 1998, get to it. Jake, how about a fleet called Shitatsu Show's Holiday Fleet? Thank you, Plasma, we will be rolling with that. But the sinking greyskin needs to do its work as well. Do we have any free boats to buy? We do not. Alright, again, I don't really have any grand ideas on trade routes to do here, so... have we really touched on Bergen at all? It produces cloth and wood, and in fact it's a great producer of certain materials. Materials that we tend not to get elsewhere. And all these places are dealing in clothes, which ain't so hot. Alright, that's probably not going to make that much money, but there you go. Do that. Make me loads of money. Again, not putting too much thought into this, but this is a game that I sat down for a very long time with paper maps, drawing up the best way to do it. I guess you only do that when you're hopelessly in love with something. Love is truly a disease, folks. Don't fall for it. Okay, so in order to become a merchant, which I think is the next rank, not sure if it tells me that, I need 25 workers. We'll get that when these places fill up, but I also need to build some houses or else my enemy is going to get ahead of me on that. I hate doing it when I don't have resources to do so, but needs must.
So, you want to lure my tenants away?
Bollocks, no money.
You are not the first to try. Get out.
He's telling me to get out, but I cannot abide by that. I am going to build houses, and he's going to be very
Goods
unhappy.
produced in your new business will be delivered to your counting house daily. From there, you can do whatever you want with them.
Whatever I want. I'm gonna do with them like I do with ass
see that
pennies.
you are helping me develop my city. Keep up the good work.
Who let this prison colony man into London? Okay, so we have now... In fact, I should probably be saving because you never know when this game is going to crash. Here we go, our clay pits, or sawmills rather. Nobody working in them right now, but it'll probably take a few ticks to do that. As you employ more people in a city, the cap on popularity goes up and a reputation can hit 100%. That is when you're doing just fine. Still, I really need to hire these people. And I need to keep that occupation below 60%. That's right, high occupation is not good when it's against you. Riga is where we're going to be pouring our love. So notice our money yo-yoing up and down. That is fine, that is to be expected. Mind you, the Von Riga Master Race fleet is kind of sitting here smelling its own farts. So what I need to do is go and pick up lots of building materials. Also, assignment failed. That was probably transferring metal goods. Yeah, I know, I forgot that. We also have producing beer. We have not long to do that. Actually, we'll probably fail that as well. We're gonna have a bit of a relations hit in Stockholm. Too bad. Okay, so we're now... pirate has appeared. Okay, I'm going to need some guns to deal with that. Sadly, you're not selling me any. Right, we need our privilege to start building beer houses. How long does that take? Nice that it doesn't tell me at all. Do I get the money back for this? Do I get all of it back? 16, 36, costs not that much to build. Okay. Alright, we can still do this. We only need 2 beer places, right? Yeah, I wish it told me. Okay. Advanced strats here because I really want that 40,000 ducats, even though it doesn't mean that much in the big picture. Loan offers again, utterly not worth my time. Hey buddy, go set up beer production in our city. Oh, licenses for beer production, of course you can't have that. Go raise your rank. Yeah, the Regans are taking me for a ride, but I want that money. I want it a lot. Alright, now where's that boat of mine? Get back to Riga.
I see you are helping me develop my city. Keep up the good work.
Oh, I will try. So 7, huh? I really need to know how long it takes to build those things. So all those places that we said we would build, we're actually just going to demolish them. Because building buildings works in a strange way in this game. It will immediately take what it has from the marketplace to build them. It does not take them from your warehouses. So it's got 107 and 151. Okay, that's plenty, but I need these to be built in time. There's a little, and by little I mean huge and amazing trick in this game, but I probably won't be able to show it off today. I always try to build my buildings outside of the city wall every single time. Why do I do that, you ask? Well, you can build more houses in here if you keep all your things outside, and expanding the city wall is something to do when you have tons of money. So we wanted 2 of these, right? Hope to God it doesn't take long. 5 days. Excellent. We got this one in the bag. We won't build any more breweries because, to be honest, we do not need them. And I still want as many houses put down as I can possibly do. Not enough gold? No problem. Alright, so Von Riga Master Race. Virtual Bark, are you even doing your job? Yes, you are. Good. Keep it up. Probably just keep you as a wild card for now. Although Danzig... No, Thorn. We'll head over to Thorn, see if we can't grab ourselves some spices. Spices selling for that $1. They have a little bit of spices, may as well grab it, because we can make some money on it. We'll leave the other resources for our automatic fleets. Setten and Thorn and Cologne and possibly Bruges. Those are places where you get your...
I see you are helping me develop my city. Keep up the good work.
Oh, I will. What was that? Rostock? 1 Crayer? Got any ships you can sell me? Okay, you see that Crayer? I would like it upgraded. Twice, I think. And we're going to pick it up with Von Riga Master Race.
You have now set up your first business that requires raw materials for the production of goods.
Jake, this guy from Novgorod is kind of rude. Go starve them to death.
In your counting house every day. Each business draws its raw materials from the counting house.
If you have questions about this game, just fire away. I'd like to think I know most things about it. So that Crayer I got...
You now have an armed ship in the convoy. If you want this ship to defend the convoy in a sea battle, you must declare it to be an escort in the convoy's ship list.
Uncle Lubeck is stealing my thunder here. Yes, I upgraded this Crayer to have some cannons. So what I do is I select it, I say, yes, you are the ship. Oh, shut up! This is my game. Yes, so now I can use it for battle if any of those accursed pirates decide to ruin my day. Conversely, I can ruin someone else's day, like, see this guy? Well, 2? I don't know what he has, but I want it to be mine. So what I can do is, if I can find the right button, hoist the Jolly Roger and engage in battle. And, yeah, he has some ships, but we will make manual combat. Okay, so this ship is from Oslo, and our reputation has decreased there. And then you engage in naval battles. But let me tell you one thing. Naval battles are, if you know how to play them, almost impossible to lose. But the thing is, it takes like 10 minutes or so to finish one, because you slowly sail around, you batter down their sails, and then reduce all their sailors, and then you beat them up and take their goods. I don't have time for that. So I went and I modded the game. Not a difficult thing to do. One of the biggest complaints about this game is all the pirates in it. So I just instantly obliterate it. The AI will only use the big cannon shot. And what you can do is set cannons to do no damage, and then these to do tons of damage. And then you win. So all you had was a little bit of hemp and a little bit of cheese. An utter waste of time. I just wanted to show it off. Yeah, you can call me everything under the sun for modifying the game, but trust me, if you play this game, you're going to be very thankful that I posted up instructions on how to do that.
I see you are helping me develop my city. Keep up the good work.
Alright, Goldilocks. Actually, no, he's more like Pippi Langstraff. Okay, that's not the reward we agreed upon. Oh, no. That was someone else. Remember that guy that I lent all that money to? Incredibly, he paid me back. That almost never happens. Usually what they do is they say, oh, I can't give you the money back. And they offer you pittance. Like, he would offer me 6,000. And you have the option to either take the 6,000 or extort him for like 10,000. So you would still have lost 6,000. And extorting reduces your reputation in the city. So it's not worth doing. Even when I made that, I could have invested that money a lot better than making 9,000 ducats in like 2 months, I think it was. Jake, how is this punishing? Good question, but this game will punish me in time. Believe me. I see someone else wants me to lend the money. Again, it's just not a solid investment. Jake, does the AI have the same boosted damage? The AI is set to only use big shot. I think it's called Klungen shot in the game files. Or just shot _0. So basically the AI will never use scatter shot or chain shot. So you just use chain shot, modify the damage for that, and Bob's your uncle. You win. Jake von Riga producing all the crayers around here. So what did I even do there? I'm sure there was some purpose to whatever I was doing. Well, I've already forgotten. No, I do not want your loan offer. So, what we built up here, the sawmill and the clay pit, this is going to be the start of very early industrialization of Europe. It is 1370. We are still 74 years and 3 months and a handful of days away from the start of Europa. So let's get serious. We don't actually have many workers working here. That will change over time, which means the cost per day is really not worth it. But in this game you really have to spend money to make money, and that is okay. That is just what I want, to be honest. Yeah, all those spices are worth so much money. The trouble is, if I sell them all at once, I'm going to be making far less money on each individual spice. So this is why we set up storage and, most importantly, an administrator here. Let's dump all this crap in here so we can empty our convoy. So we go to... where is it we go again? There's our counting house kind of hidden away there. We go to the administrator and we say, you see all those spices I gave you? I want you to sell until we're out of spices, but I want you to sell them for a minimum of 980 ducats a pop. So every day the administrator will check the market and will go, if I were to sell one bit of spice, we would only be making 945. That is not what I was told. So we will wait for these spices to be consumed until the price really goes up, and then he will start selling until he can get no more than, what was it, 980? And then we will make the tons of money. So what I want to do is I want to throw loads of goods into this warehouse so that our administrator can sell at the most penny-pinching rate. I want these peasants starved and naked so that they will sell me all the little bunny furs and things that they can muster in order to buy my Regan goods. Built by Regans for Regans. With that kind of money, we can go around and we can buy up all the other people's building materials, so we can build yet more sawmills, more clay pits, and more houses. Riga shall more or less govern the world at the world's expense, and I wouldn't want it any other way. So yeah, we don't even have the goods for this. We need to be producing a lot more clay. But the thing is, as Riga grows, Riga needs to eat. And Riga does not produce any food of its own, so what I really need to be doing is figuring out ways to buy up food in bulk. Thankfully, we started off in Rostock, where grain is produced. It's a shame it doesn't produce two types of food, so I need to find somewhere that also produces cheese. You produce cheese, but if we can find somewhere that produces grain and cheese... Thorn is badly placed because we can't get cogs in there. It's too tight. Meat and stockfish I'm less interested in because they are a hassle to produce. Still, it seems that cheese... yeah, cheese is kind of tied to a region. I might have to settle for thorn. I don't want to settle for thorn, but... well, look, on the bright side, it produces metal, which is kinda cool. Cheese and grain, huh? Cheese and grain. Jake, Holland. Nah, just grain. Not so hot. Hey, we're already in Thorn. And nicely, it already has a boatyard here. Well, guess that means more crayers. Wow, I'm lower on money than I thought. Our reputation here is a bit pants. Can I even set up? Ah, okay, I can't even join the guild here, so Thorn is out of the question. We'll have to build up more in Rostock. However, I only need 40 more workers until we're good to go. Alright, we can consider this later. In the meantime, let us go and buy up food and building materials for Riga. Now, I don't really care about my reputation in Visby and the like, so just give me all your food. I don't care if you starve. I want the cheese as well. I don't care that I'm paying over the odds for it either, because I'll be making all of that back anyway. Because I go back to Riga, and sure, I sell what we can at good rates. Some very healthy rates. Check that money. And the rest I throw into the warehouse. And then I go to our lovely little warehouse. And I tell our administrator that I want you to sell wheat until you have nothing left. Actually, let's kind of keep a windfall. Having a little windfall can be useful in a pinch. And I want to sell it until... Until what exactly? At what point does it stop being so profitable? Oh wow. Still make tons of money like that. I'm not sure on the exact number here, but we're going to set it down to, I don't know, 59 or something. That'll still make us lots of money. And we're going to do that with the rest of the goods, but we'll probably do that next time, because I've already been at this for over an hour. So this will be something of a campaign. I'm not sure what the goal will be. Probably try to get Riga to a population of 30,000 or so. That would be a goal that wouldn't take an asinine amount of time, but would still show off how to squeeze every penny you can. The punishment part of this game comes from just how it takes over your head, but in a clunky kind of way. Like, there are things that you want to do, but wrestling with the interface to actually do it, that is where the punishment comes in. Jake, where do you post instructions for modding, and how do you recommend this or Pat 3? I have only played Patrician 4 from all of these kinds of games. I haven't played Port Royale, Patrician 1, 2, 3, none of those. Just Patrician 4. All of these flavors, and I'm only choosing vanilla. I know. We'll come back to this. We'll probably do a lot of this tomorrow. And there is a stupid amount of people watching right now. Guess this game is either more popular than I thought, or you're all feeling really quite gypped at the moment. So, I'm going to take the stream down. I promise I'll be back with this tomorrow. In fact, I've got nothing going on tomorrow. I'll probably be streaming for most of the day. And I'll boot up EU4 for a wee while, because I have a coalition to fight, and the coalition outnumbers me, to put it gently. Yeah, Riga, the city of world's desire, or that's how it will be, instead of shining anus of the Baltic. What's really nice is as a city grows, it gets represented nicer here, and if a city becomes really desolate, like, I don't know, London soon will, if it keeps getting those droughts. They're kind of stagnating there. We could actually blockade London into oblivion, and that sounds rather appealing. That'll be another aim for this. But yes, like I said, that will be tomorrow's task. Von Riga will continue, that I promise you. We don't half-ass our punishment games here. No siree. Don't look at EnviroBear. Like I said, I'll be back shortly, so cheers. See you.